This lead came in at 2:47 in the morning, and by 6 a.m., before I even opened my eyes, she had received 3 messages, been qualified, and booked herself into the calendar. I was asleep. Now, before you think I hired someone to work overnight, I didn't. Before you think I ran some complicated ads funnel, I didn't do that either. What I did, I built a system once, and it's running every single day since. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how that system looks like. Every step, every trigger, every message, and by the end, you will know if you need something like this and how to build it yourself. Here is what most service businesses actually look like. You get a lead, maybe it's a form submission, maybe DM, maybe someone found you on Google. You see it, you think, I'll reply later. Later becomes tomorrow, tomorrow becomes, I think I replied to that one. And 3 days later, you lost a person that genuinely was ready to buy. This is not a sales problem, this is a system problem. Unfortunately, I know it because I lived it. When I first started Camouflage Media, I was running my business on the inbox and a Google sheet that I still didn't trust, although I rebuilt it 4 times. I was losing leads that I didn't even know I had. Leads that came in while I was on a call, while I was on a flight, or while I was asleep. And the worst part is I only found out that I lost them weeks later when I went back through this Google sheet. I wasn't only traveling and sleeping. Let me make this concrete. Say you're getting 20 leads a month. Each lead is worth $2,000. If your follow-up is slow and inconsistent and you lose even 3 leads a month, that's $6,000 walking out the door, not because your product is not good, not because you're too expensive, not because the leads aren't good, but because you were sleeping when they made their decision. And here's the thing that no one talks about. Your competitors are probably not better than you. Most of them are just faster. Their system replies to a lead before you even know that it existed. When I moved to Dubai, I only had 3,000 euros and a carry-on bag and a freelance client I wasn't sure was going to stay. There was no safety net. Every lead mattered. Losing one wasn't an inconvenience, it was a real problem. So I started obsessing over one question: how do I make sure that every lead gets responded to, although I can't respond? I tried to hire a VA, but the response quality was also inconsistent, so I could have done it myself. I tried to set reminders, but reminders only work if you remember to set the reminder. Neither of those are systems. They are just other people's chaos or your own procrastination in a different costume. Simpler than I expected, but it took me way too long to figure that out. Let me show you. The system has 3 layers. I'm going to walk you through each one. Layer 1, capture every lead, no matter where it comes from, goes into one place. Website form, Instagram DM, WhatsApp inquiry, referral emails. Everything funnels into the CRM automatically. No manual entry, no copy and pasting names into a spreadsheet at midnight. The lead arrives, it gets logged, it gets tagged, and the next step triggers automatically. Layer 2, first response. This is the one that changes everything. Within 5 minutes of the lead coming in, regardless of the time it is, they receive a personalized message, not a generic autoresponder, not "thank you for your inquiry." To do next, usually book a call. The psychological reason this works: studies on lead response time consistently show that the chance of qualifying a lead drops by over 80% if you wait longer than 5 minutes. Not 5 hours, 5 minutes. When your system responds in under 5 minutes, you're operating at a level most of your competitors can't match. Layer 3, the follow-up sequence. This is where most of the people stop, and that's the biggest mistake. Getting someone to book a call is only half of the problem. The other half is get them to really show up. A client came to me, let's call him Marco, running a consulting business in Europe. He'd been generating leads for months. Good leads, people who filled out the form, picked the time, they were interested. But his no-show rate were 47%. Nearly half of the calls he prepared for didn't show up. He was spending hours every week preparing for calls that never happened. All the clients didn't vanish, they just drifted. No reminders, no warm up, no reason for them to show up besides a calendar entry 6 days ago. We plugged in a multiple step confirmation sequence. First of all, no matter how far out it is, they still get a confirmation email right away. Then depending on how far out it is, they get another reminder 1 week before. Then they get a reminder 48 hours before that, one day before it, so 24 hours, one hour before it, and 5 minutes before it. Don't make this too repetitive and don't make this too aggressive. You can warm the people up about what's coming, what's going on, what questions they need to answer, but then you make sure that they will show up, or more likely show up. In our case, from 47% no-shows, we got them under 12% in only 6 weeks. The leads didn't change, the products didn't change. The only thing that changed was the system connecting them to the call. Let me show you how to exactly set this up. When a lead submits a form, they immediately get added to a pipeline, tag applied, in this case, new inquiry, status awaiting first contact. This trigger fired the moment the tag is applied. It checks one thing first. Is there already a recent interaction? If yes, it pauses. If no, it fires the first message immediately so that within the 5 minutes. Here's the first message. Notice it uses their first name. It references what they inquired about, and it ends with a direct question. Not a let us know if you have any more questions, a real question that requires a real answer. That is the key. If they click the booking link and make the booking, a new tag fires called booked. The confirmation sequence kicks in automatically. If they don't respond within 24 hours, there's a second message, slightly different angle, still personal, still direct, not aggressive, just present. If they don't respond after 3 touches, they move into the re-engagement pipeline that runs monthly. Because not now doesn't mean never. The whole thing from the first touch to call booked runs without me. I check in the dashboard once a day. The system does the rest. Now I want to be honest about 2 things. Number 1, it takes time. Not a lot, but it will take you maybe 1 or 2 afternoons to set this all up, depending on how extensive you want the system to be. And depending on if you maybe let AI do the heavy lifting with all the copywriting for you. It's not magic, but it's work that you do one time up front, so it can do the work all the time and you don't have to. Number 2, the system only works if it reflects your actual process. If you run a high-touch service where every conversation is custom, this might not be for you. Or at least in the full package of it not be for you. You still can choose automations where it fits your process. You need the right automation for the right moment. What I've shown you today is structure. Your version might look way different than mine, and that is fine. The point is not to copy my system. The point is to stop relying on memory and manual effort for something that machines can do reliably. Because the truth is, your leads aren't waiting around. They making decisions while you're busy. When I first started thinking about automations, all I thought about was saving time, and that's it. But that's actually not the biggest benefit. The biggest benefit is consistency. When you follow up manually, you follow up when you remember, when you are in a good mood, when you have a good time, which means the experiences for your prospects or leads are way different depending on what version of you they get. When a lead comes in on a Tuesday morning and you're still fresh, you're still motivated, you reply right away, and you reply in a totally different way than when they come in on a Friday evening. Because they don't get a reply at all, you probably will reply on Monday. And by that time, your competitors already replied, or their systems did, and you lost a client. Same lead, same potential value, totally different outcome. A system doesn't have a Friday, it doesn't have a bad day, and it doesn't forget. That consistency over weeks and months is what compounds into a business that feels in control instead of always catching up. If you want to set something like this up, there are 3 ways I can help you. First, you can download the free Automation Workbook that I put together in the description. start a 14-day trial with Orbit CRM, our own CRM system. Depending on what niche you got, we probably have all the automations that you need already in the system as a template. So all you have to do, go in, change the text, change everything to your liking, and you can go. We have text in it, but they are really generic and they are fitting for your niche specific, but not the language that you want to speak with your clients. And the third way is if you have a bigger operation, or if you don't want to take care about it, or hopefully you have so much to do that you cannot take care about it, please book a call with us. We tell you how we can help you, and let's move forward. The call won't be a sales call. It's also for free, just a consultation call. So feel free just to tap into that. And if the video was any helpful for you, please comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what are your biggest problems to stay on top of the game in your business. I'm really interested in it, and I read all the comments. With that being said, I see you in the next video.